Welcome everybody to the Therapeutic Brother on the Big Brown Couch. I'm your host, Eric Burns, licensed marriage and family therapist in the states of California and Nevada. I hope that this podcast finds you well. I hope that you have had a wonderful weekend. I hope that you have spent time with your family, with your loved ones. This weekend is the start of the NFL season. So I hope that your favorite team has won this weekend. Real quick, September is Self-Care Awareness Month. And I want to thank my dear friend and wonderful colleague, Miss Sharita Childress, licensed clinical social worker in Las Vegas, Nevada, for reminding me that September is Self-Care Awareness Month. So I'm going to give Sharita Childress, licensed clinical social worker, a shout out. So if you are followers of Duke Mitchell's Facebook page or the Therapeutic Brother Facebook page, every Monday, Sharita has a Motivational Monday segment that she does on her Facebook page. So please look for me to share that Motivational Monday. And Sharita is really big on self-care. So, and I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do for this weekend, and it was just self-care. Self-care just kept popping into my head. Self-care kept popping into my head. What does self-care even mean? I know a lot of people are saying, oh, self-care this, self-care that. Do we really know what self-care is? And as I look at my own life, sometimes life gets so busy that we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to go on walks. We forget to go on bike rides. Sometimes we forget to drink water because we're so busy drinking coffee, right? We forget to eat right. We forget to snack healthy. We forget to reach out and call people that are near and dear to us. Self-care. When I talk to people that are dealing with anxiety or dealing with depression, I often ask them, what are you doing for self-care? And many times they come back and they say, to be honest, I'm not doing anything for self-care. So that's why I wanted to talk about self-care today and why self-care is so important. Number one, the biggest thing about self-care is that it gets us back to center. It gets us back to center. It gets us back to focused. It gets us grounded. What does that look like? Well, if you take the time to meditate, if you take the time to deep breathe, if you take the time to dance like no one else is watching, that is a form of self-care, and that is a form of getting us back to center, getting us grounded, getting us connected with the things that are important to us, right? The other thing about self-care is that it gives us a pause. It forces us to take a pause. So not only does it keep us grounded, it also gives us pause, because when we're focused on self-care, whatever that looks like for us, we are pausing from society and saying, you know what? I need to take a step back. I need to go on that drive down the coast. I need to go to the wine country with my homies. I need to get out with my camera and take pictures because I want to be an amateur photographer. So these are all things that can get us focused, get us centered, and give us pause, right? Give us pause. The third thing about self-care is that it's just plain healthy. When you take the time to self-care, whatever that is for you, it's just plain healthy. You can clear your mind from all the junk that you might be dealing with. You can clear your mind from all of the stressors that you might be having. You can clear your mind from all of the worries, whatever it is that you're going through. Perfect example. A couple of weekends ago, my beloved son, and I love this kid with all his heart. He's 31 years old. I'm very proud of him. Antoine, you know who you are, right? So Antoine and I used to golf years ago, and he was just learning the game of golf. And because dad was so stressed out, There were times that dad, was dad on the golf course. And Twan was like, it ain't that serious. We're just trying to have fun. So recently, fast forward all those years, Twan came up to Sacramento and he said, hey, Dad, let's go golfing. Let's go golfing. And normally on a weekend, especially a Saturday, I like to sleep in because my life is very hectic. I like to sleep in on a Saturday. Well, I made the commitment to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and Antoine and I went golfing. And it was the best time I have had in a long time. Smelling the fresh cut grass, being out in the fresh air in the morning, walking the golf course, taking pictures of me and my son as we were golfing. That was the greatest self-care. I felt like 10 years was taken off of my life in just those 2.5 hours. Those are things that you can do. Self-care, taking a pause, causes you to stop and smell the roses. It causes you to stop and say, you know what? Life ain't so bad. It causes you to stop and say, you know what? I do deserve this care. I do deserve. So whatever your self-care looks like, all right, it brings us back to balance, right? It brings us back to balance. It causes it's healthy, right? It causes us to take a pause. It brings us back to balance. It causes us to take a pause, and it's just plain healthy. So whatever it is that you do for self-care, especially as Black people, because as Black people, we will be the ones that will work ourselves to the bones. We will be the one we have been conditioned to be codependent. And I know that might be a little controversial for some people to hear. We have been conditioned to be codependent. Is that what I said? Yeah, I think that's what I said. We have been conditioned to put the needs of other people ahead of our own. We have been conditioned to say, you know what, if I don't show up for work, I'm going to lose my job. Well, if you don't show up for work for days on end, yeah. However, if you have 800 hours of sick leave stored up in your sick leave bank, taking one day off of work, calling in sick, does not mean you're going to lose your job. Most jobs require a doctor's note after 3 days of consecutive absences. So if you take one day of your 800 hours of sick leave, you will still have 792 hours left. Take time for yourself, whatever that is. If you don't do anything, if you run a bathtub with bubble bath and candles and all of those things, that is self-care. If you decide to get up and watch, TV that's just mindless, and, all of this programming is pretty much mindless, except the therapeutic brother on the big brown couch, okay? That's not mindless TV. However, most of the programming is geared, and you know what? I have some guilty pleasures when it comes to some of the programming that I watch. Anything that gives you an escape, go for a walk, go sit at Starbucks, play a game on your phone, whatever it is, do your self-care. September is Self-Care Awareness Month. If we do not take care of ourselves, especially in the times that we have right now, these times are crazy. There are people that are stressed out. There are people that are mad and angry and frustrated. And the scary part is they don't even know why. Real quick, this is a true story. I'm in one of those big box stores. I'm not going to say which one because it was a big box store that I happened to have a membership at. And I walked in, and there was one man who was looking at the big screen TVs. And there was this older couple that were looking at big screen TVs, at the same one. And, I'm kind of like, cruising. I'm on my phone. I'm like, texting people and everything. And I happen to just stop my basket because I do more people watching when I go to those places than I do shopping. I knew what I was going in there to get. However, I wanted to people watch for a little bit, right? And so the guy was looking at the same TV as the couple. So when the guy went to grab the TV and put it on his orange cart, his long cart, the couple lost it. That was our TV. That was our TV. You're taking our TV. And I'm like, and the guy looked at him, and I kind of looked at him. I'm like, well, there's like 15 of those same TVs right behind the one the guy is putting on his cart. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're so stressed out that you don't even realize that the TV that this man is getting, because both of you guys have great taste in televisions, right? You're getting the same television, and there's plenty of those televisions right behind the one that he was putting on his orange cart. It was unbelievable. People are anxious. People are scared. People are angry. People are whatever. That's why it's important to practice self-care. Whatever that looks like for you, practice self-care. If you need to take a walk at lunchtime, practice self-care. If you need to color, I have learned that coloring is one of my self-care. I love to color. I love to color. And I got those superhero coloring books and those coloring pencils, and in between patients and in between clients, I will just color. I will just color because it feels good. It feels good. September is Self-Care Awareness Month. Please do something for your self-care. Please do something to take care of yourself while you're taking care of others. If you're a single mom, I need you to do something for self-care. If you're a single dad, I need you to do something for self-care. If you're a married couple, you should each have something that you do for self-care individually, and maybe something that you guys can do together as self-care. Young people, self-care. If it's listening to music, if it's journaling, if it's whatever it is, as long as it's positive and healthy, do something for self-care. It's important and it's needed. Okay? So my name is Eric M. Burns, licensed marriage and family therapist. You know me as the Therapeutic Brother. That's the Therapeutic Brother on the Big Brown Couch. The Big Brown Couch was my audio podcast, and I'm now trying to transition that into my YouTube channel. So please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, The Therapeutic Brother, so we can normalize the conversations on mental health. As my cousin Diamond says, we need to get your mind right. Right? We need to get our minds right. We need to get our emotional state, our psychological state in the best possible manner. We don't talk about mental health, and mental health is very important. So as an African-American man from the heart of East Oakland, I got into this field to give my people normalcy around mental health. Take care of yourself this month. September is Self-Care Awareness Month. Thank you, Sharita Childress, licensed clinical social worker down in Las Vegas, a dear friend and a dear colleague, for reminding me that self-care is important. My name is Eric Burns, the Therapeutic Brother. Please like, share, and subscribe. Or you could shoot me a messenger at Facebook, at Duke Mitchell at Facebook. On Facebook, you can shoot me a messenger at the Therapeutic Brother. You could IG me. I'm Therapeutic Brother on Instagram, even though I don't really know how to do Instagram. So anybody that wants to share with me how to do Instagram, just hit me up, and I would be more than willing to learn and be your pupil in how to get the most out of my Instagram. You can also reach me at my email address, ericmburns@gmail.com. ericmburns@gmail.com. As always, I wish you love, I wish you peace, I wish you happiness. And remember, always, always be encouraged.